Alright, take 99. Okay, so I should be able to get up this time, so I can stay in the grab the just gotta grab right there. Yeah, there. A little bit more, come on, pellet. Come on, you got it. You got it. Haha. Nothing to it. I don't want to mess up the road like that. That road is so weird. I've never got stuck with the CRVs or the trucks, but it's one of those roads like with Brutus. Obviously, no problem coming up that thing with those big Toyo tires. You know, with the they were mountain snow, right? But the problem is those things were like having friggin' pickaxe with shovels on it coming up that road, meaning I'd get up the road no problem, but I'd leave like I wouldn't even spin it, just those tires would just rip up everything, right? So I was like, oh, I can't rip up the road like that, they won't be able to get up, you know what I mean? So Unico, well, it had okay tires. These tires I guess are not that good, so I might see if I can buy myself some studded because I got some my aunt has some rims for me for this, right? So so on the level no problem, but on it even my dad's truck would make it up that no problem, but you definitely have to go in 4x4 today because it's so light. Yeah, the big trucks, same thing with Brutus or my beloved Thunder there. You have to go in 4x4 to come up that. So front wheel drive, no problem. It's kind of like having half your 4x4, right? It's, you know, but the thing is these tires, they're, oh, that stuff falling on my windshield. They're a little bit greasy, so you just take it easy with it. Once you're going, no problem. But it's just to get that steep little. It's one of those driveways with a steep start, and you just got to kind of. But I don't mind that, but I don't like racing at the hill like that, because like my aunts used to do that all the time. They'd race at the hill because they'd be afraid of getting stuck, and then they spin halfway in the hill and you make a rut, and that's where everybody gets stuck, right? So I don't want to make ruts on that road, so I'll just park at the top when I come back. So that'd be the second time I spun out there at their place. The first time was in the summertime with Freddie, my red truck. Remember my red truck? I went way down, and the problem was there was like wet leaves the whole way up, and the same thing, it was one of those kind of like dead starts where you're just right at the hill, and I'd get maybe about 3/4 way up, and the truck and it was so hard to come back down without following the rut into the ditch, and that's what I don't want, is like to follow a rut into the ditch. So I'm going to take the rake on that after and make sure I rake it so that it doesn't freeze that way, because I don't want her getting stuck in there. So but yeah, maybe I'll see if I can get some good winter tires on the front. I mean, these are okay winter tires, but they're not great. You know, clearly they're not the best, right? So Unico's tires were getting pretty bad too when I decided to change them, and I think I only paid $60 or $120 in winter tires on Unico. I just put two semi-used, you know, it was the local garage. Like when a car comes in and it's been in an accident, if the winter tires are still good on it, they keep the winter tires and you buy them like half price as new, kind of thing. Tires for this would probably be cheap enough, but that's another expense I just don't want yet. Not for another 2 months, you know. But I'm probably going to have to bite the bullet and get some good tires for I mean, the car needs work, right? So I'm going to need winter tires. I'm going to need, you know, fix the squeaky belt thing. Got to fix, I guess I can shut that off now. It's all the stuff falling out of the trees, eh? Yeah, so there's stuff to do, is what I'm saying. But yeah, I hope she does. Oh no, my road! Because she'll panic now, because she'll see, oh my god, if he got stuck on it, I'll get stuck on it. But she's got like she's got brand new tires. She won't get stuck, right? But when it's fresh snow like this, it is pretty slippy. But it was thin enough that I was able to dig it down put some ashes on one side, and then the other side I just kind of dug it down a bit, so that right in the middle where you lose the speed there, you can see where I kind of like lose the speed and then I'd gain again. Well, that's right where I dug it down, so to the dirt. But anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna park at the top. I don't want to mess up the road, so because once you start putting ruts, even the guys with the good tires get stuck in those ruts too, right? Because they freeze, right? So but I want to get there, get back. I'll just add half an hour to the day, whatever. But of all days, I decided not to bring my chainsaw. Of all days, I decided not to bring my chainsaw. Well, I need the chainsaw. Now, one thing I noticed about that ATV, those tires are not that good in the snow at all. So I probably will have to walk into the beaver thing. So I'll deal with it, because I had, like, she gave me, my clients usually give me like a list, right? Here's what I want you to do for the day. And that's fine, right? But this is kind of, if you remember that beaver tree that I showed you that was about to fall, it was hanging there, and I said it'd probably land right in the middle of the road. Well, it fell exactly where I said it would fall, and it did hit the power lines, probably just enough to take the top off of it there. But it's right across the road, and there's 2 other cottages back there. So I'm like, yeah, I came back and I'm like, I let her know that got to watch out around here. People have walked their dogs like right here. So you come around the corner, it's like you got to. If there's somebody coming the other way, like it's pretty much head on. Something's going to get hit. But I told her, yeah, I said the good news and bad news. I said the bad news is I forgot my chainsaw today. The good news is the tree came down on its own. So at least that way she's not liable for the tree hitting the wire. So if it did take out the hydro line, Hydro would deal with that. That wouldn't be her. That's why I didn't touch it, right? Now, mind you, I probably could have cut it in a way that it probably would have missed the hydro lines, but that close, it just, even with straps and stuff like that, it's just like, if you're not insured for it, don't give Murphy the opportunity, right? Murphy already got me for not bringing my chainsaw today and tried to stick me on the road, right? But the point I'm making is that even with the tree coming down like that on the road, and it is technically a public road, the tree is technically on her property. So it's on a public road, but it fell on a public road, but it's on her property. So it is her responsibility to have it removed so other people can get up to speed. Come on, Silver Pellet, you got traffic behind you. So it is up to her to have it removed. So I'm going to just do that first thing, get that out of the way. And then she doesn't have to worry about it. Right? There we go. Not sure who that is behind me, but driving awful fast for these conditions. And the other thing about my tires too is I don't want to spin them bald, because like every time you spin out, you're taking rubber off your tires that are already not in the best of condition, right? So yes, I got winter tires on the car, but no, they're not that great. If I put studded winter tires on the front of this thing, it'll be like just a complete hooligan, you know what I mean? Like, it'll be awesome. But I really should have brought my chainsaw. Now I gotta find my chainsaw files. So I gotta figure out where those are. I'm sure they're in here somewhere. Because I'm definitely gonna have to make sure that because I loosen off my chains on my chainsaws when I'm done, or if the chain is like sagging a bit, I just leave it. Some people have asked me, Reg, you don't cut with the chainsaw sagging like the chain sagging like that. No, I don't. But when your chain stretches, right? So when it stretches and you're done, I don't retighten the chain after I'm done. And if the chain is tight when I'm done sawing, I just back it off a bit, just so that it saved the crank and the stuff like that. Other people have been telling me, other people have been doing that. And you know, it makes total sense, because you got to think when the chain pulls, it gets really, really tight, right? And that's harder on the bar, it's harder on the bearings, it's harder on the crankshaft bearings. So there's all that, right? Not sure, but that might be my aunt behind me. Yeah. Now hopefully I can make it up my hill.